What's up, everyone? It's your man LD Larry Dawson, and I'm here to tell you about my new series, My Legacy. It is a 10-part series. Each episode will be focusing on one particular topic. These topics are life-changing topics. You are not going to want to miss these discussions. Tune in each week for a new episode. Don't miss it. My Legacy. What's up, everyone? It's your man LD Larry Dawson, and we're back for the next episode of My Legacy. Today's episode is confidence. See, there's a fine line between confidence, cockiness, arrogance. Let me break this down for you. So, as a man is expected to carry himself a certain way, to be a certain way. But that's not always the case. You see a lot of false bravado out there. A lot of people are fake confidence. And what I mean by that is they have this cockiness about them, but that cockiness is hollow. It's not really real. One thing you can notice if you sit back and observe people and the way they operate is usually the difference between someone that's really confident and someone that is fake and cocky is a cocky person's always going to be the loudest person. They're always going to be telling you what they can do and what they can't do unless shit ever really hits the fan, and then that melts and you see the falseness in it. My grandfather once said to me about cocky people, he said, if you have a barrel full of drums, which one do you think makes the most noise? The hollow one. The hollow one always makes the most noise. See, if you're truly confident, you don't really need to put it out there. Your confidence will shine through at all times. Through the good times, the bad times, the mundane times, it will always be there. Your confidence will never waver. I'm going to give you a couple breakdowns today of some really great people and show you how their confidence led them to success at the highest level and what it really means to be confident in yourself and who you are as a human being. I'm going to talk to you about a guy named Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo was an Olympic champion, won the gold medal. So, first of all, to go and compete in the Olympics is an amazing feat itself. Then to be considered the best in the world, to bring home the gold medal, you are number one, the elite above all. Obviously, that takes an extreme amount of confidence. That does not happen by accident. This man said that he wanted to go and fight and show the world that he could be the best fighter too. So he signed with the UFC as an Olympic gold medals champion. People took him as a joke because he didn't have real combat experience. This man came over to the UFC and immediately started winning matches left and right. He asked to fight Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, which was the only 125-pound champion in the history of the UFC. This man had not lost a fight in 10 years and was considered the most dominant champion in the UFC. Henry Cejudo said, I want him, give him to me. They fought. This man, Henry Cejudo, that came from wrestling, amateur wrestling and Olympic wrestling, to fighting at the highest level in the UFC, after a couple fights went and fought this man. He was so confident that he could beat this man. They fought, and he lost the fight by a majority split decision where two judges had the score tied and one judge gave it to Demetrius Johnson. So because one judge had by 1 point had given the fight to him, Henry Cejudo knew, I can beat this man. So what he did was he went back to the drawing board, fought a couple more fights, dominated them. Said, put me back in the ring with him. The guy that nobody wanted to fight went in there and destroyed Mighty Mouse and became the champion. So they said, this could be a fluke. They brought down the man that was the 135-pound champion, TJ Dillashaw, down to his 125-pound division because they kind of wanted to humble him. He was, very confident in putting out there what he was capable of doing. He knocked TJ Dillashaw out in the first round. Then he said, this isn't even challenging enough for me. I want to move up. I want to move up to 135 and become the champion there. So he moved up, fought for the 135-pound championship, was fully confident that he could take the jump in weight to fight bigger men and still win. And sure enough, won the championship there. Then he started telling everyone to call him Triple C, triple champion, Olympic gold champion, UFC champion in the 125-pound division, UFC champion in the 135-pound division. And then they were so tired of this man being so confident and outspoken in his abilities and what he was capable of doing, they brought in Dominick Cruz, the Dominator, considered the best 135-pound champion to ever grace the UFC octagon. Guess what happened? Knocked him out and beat him too. He retired as the champion at 31 years old, fully confident in his ability and what he was capable of doing, and walking away knowing that I said I was going to do these things, I showed you guys, and I did that. He's retired now, but he has recently reached out to the UFC president Dana White and said, if you put me in the ring with the 145-pound champion, I'll show you that I can win the championship in that division too. That's the only way I'll come out of retirement, is if you put me in there against a champion and let me become a champion of another division as well. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, I'm going to talk to you really quickly about a guy named Larry Bird. Sure, all of y'all have heard of Larry Bird, the great basketball player, right? But what you don't know is, coming out of high school, this man could have went to any school he wanted. He went to a small little school, Indiana State University, because that's where he was from and he wanted to represent his home state. So he went to Indiana State University, a little school with no top-notch prospects. He wasn't playing with a bunch of future NBA players. He was playing with a bunch of regular guys. He took this team with a bunch of regular Joe Schmoes to an undefeated season and played in the national championship game against the celebrated Michigan State team with Magic Johnson and all their future NBA players. So the Boston Celtics were a dynasty back in the day, but they had fallen on serious hard times, and there was talk that he might get drafted to go there, and a lot of people didn't want that pressure to try to turn that franchise around. He said, no, draft me and take me there. I'm going to go there. I'm going to win MVPs, and I'm going to win championships. Sure enough, they drafted him, they brought him there. And over the course of his 12-year career, which was end up being cut short because of back injuries, this man won 3 MVPs. He won 3 world championships. But his confidence in himself and his ability was legendary. I don't know if you guys remember the fight that he had with Dr. J. They said because this man was so confident, when he would shoot, he wouldn't even wait to see if the ball was going to go in. He would tell the other player it's going in and turn his back and start walking down the court. People couldn't stand his confidence level that oozed out of him. And Dr. J had enough of him one day, and things came to what they came. But his confidence in himself and his abilities and what he was capable of, it never ever wavered. 100% confidence in himself. So the reason I want to talk to you guys today about confidence is there's a lot of doubt in this world, a lot of second guessing in this world, a lot of not believing in yourself. One of the things that will separate you and push you to the top of the pack and get you away from the sheep mentality and get you into the wolf mentality is having confidence in yourself and your abilities and what you are capable of doing. Be confident in who you are as a man or a woman, as a mother, as a father, as a friend, as a worker, as a boss, as a person. Be confident in who you are and your ability and what you are capable of. And don't ever let anybody break your confidence. Don't be fake cocky that is not real and spit stuff out there that you can't back up. Be quiet and confident in what you are really capable of. Stick to it and don't let anything ever break your confidence. Confidence is a secret key and recipe to so many great people that they have used that to push themselves to the highest level. So remember that. Keep your confidence high. And I want to thank you guys again for checking out my legacy. This has been another episode, and until next time, I'm out.